Ever think about how empowering women can actually help the environment?
Interesting question.
Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today.
Okay, sounds intriguing.
It's all about how supporting women in business can lead to some pretty amazing changes, especially when it comes to sustainability.
Yeah, I'm all ears. I think a lot of people assume those two things are totally separate.
Right. But we're going to prove them wrong.
Love it. Let's do it.
So, we're heading over to Nigeria for this deep dive, taking a look at the work of the African Women's Development Fund. They go by AWDF for short.
AWDF, okay. I've heard of them. They do some great work, right?
Absolutely. And they're making a real impact in Nigeria, helping women build businesses and make positive changes for themselves. AD, the environment.
I can already see how this is going to be a fascinating discussion.
It totally is. I mean, think about it. AWDF is active in 34 African countries.
Wow, that's a huge reach.
It is. But today, we're zeroing in on Nigeria. Why Nigeria, you ask?
Well, I'm assuming you have a good reason.
Always. Nigeria has a unique set of challenges and opportunities when it comes to women's empowerment and environmental sustainability.
Makes sense.
So before we get too deep, maybe you give us a quick rundown of what AWDF is all about, what's their core mission, and why are they so focused on supporting women?
Sure thing. So, AWDF is all about helping African women become powerful forces for change.
Okay, love that.
They do this by providing funding, training, and resources to women-led organizations and businesses across the continent.
And why the focus on women specifically?
While empowering women is a super smart strategy for development. When women thrive, their families thrive, their communities thrive, and entire nations benefit.
Yeah, it's like a ripple effect, right?
Exactly. And in a lot of places, women face more obstacles to success than men do. So, by giving them the tools and support they need, AWDF helps level the playing field and unlocks a ton of potential.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty inspiring stuff.
So let's get specific about their work in Nigeria. What are some of the projects AWDF is involved in, and how are they making a difference?
Well, one of the things they focus on is supporting shea butter cooperatives.
Shea butter.
Yeah, it's a rich moisturizer, great for the skin.
Oh, right. It's in like a ton of beauty products these days.
Exactly. And Nigeria is a major producer of shea nuts, which is where shea butter comes from.
I never knew that.
Yep. AWDF helps women in Nigeria set up these cooperatives, which not only provides them with a steady income, but also promotes sustainable harvesting practices.
So it's good for the environment, too.
You got it. They make sure the shea trees stay healthy and productive for years to come.
Awesome. That's a win-win for sure.
Absolutely.
And it's not just about traditional practices, right?
Mm.
They're also backing some pretty innovative, eco-friendly businesses.
Oh, for sure. Like, one example that really caught my eye was their support for solar-powered food processing.
Okay, solar-powered food processing. That sounds pretty high-tech.
It is. You see, in a lot of rural parts of Nigeria, the power grid isn't very reliable.
Makes sense.
And this makes it really tough to preserve food, which leads to a lot of spoilage and lost income for farmers.
That's got to be rough.
Yeah, so AWDF comes in and provides training and resources to help women set up these solar-powered drying systems.
Solar-powered drying systems. What do those do exactly?
Well, they use the power of the sun to dry fruits, vegetables, even fish.
Cool.
This extends the shelf life of the food, reduces waste, and allows these women to reach bigger markets. Plus, no more relying on fossil fuels for drying.
So better for the environment and their wallets.
Hit the nail on the head. And that's just one example. They're doing so many other cool things, too.
This is so inspiring. It seems like AWDS work has had a really positive impact. Can you tell us about some of the positive outcomes they've seen in Nigeria?
Oh, absolutely. They've documented some truly amazing results. For starters, the women involved in these projects are seeing a real boost in their income.
That's fantastic. It's got to make such a difference for them and their families.
It totally does. And that financial stability leads to other positive changes too, like improved family well-being and kids staying in school longer.
Wow, that's amazing. It sounds like they're transforming entire communities.
Exactly. Stronger families, stronger communities, all thanks to empowering women.
That's so powerful.
And it's not just about money. AWDF's projects are also leading to greater environmental awareness and a deeper understanding of sustainable practices.
Right, like with the shea butter harvesting, I bet that's having a positive impact on the entire ecosystem.
You got it. Protecting those trees is good for everyone in the long run.
Absolutely. It's so cool to see how economic development and environmental protection can go hand in hand.
Totally agree. It's a win-win situation.
You know, in the materials I read about AWDF, there was this one story that really stuck with me. It was about a woman who was really struggling to provide for her family.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about her.
Well, she learned all these new skills through an AWDF program and ended up starting a business making biodegradable packaging from locally sourced materials.
That's incredible. Talk about resourcefulness.
Right. Not only did she boost her own income, but she also tackled this huge problem in her community plastic waste.
Amazing. It's proof that empowering women can lead to such innovative solutions for the environment.
It totally is. So as we wrap up this deep dive, what are some key takeaways for our listeners? What can we learn from AWDF's success in Nigeria?
Well, first and foremost, I think it's a powerful reminder that investing in women is a smart move. It's not just about charity or social good. It's about unlocking potential and driving real change.
Totally. And it's not just about economic change either, right?
No, exactly. It's about environmental change, too. AWDF is proving that women can be incredible leaders in sustainability, bringing innovative ideas to the table.
And I love that their work challenges those old assumptions that economic growth and environmental protection have to be at odds with each other.
Yeah, they're showing us that they can actually work together in harmony.
Beautifully said. Any final thoughts you want to leave our listeners with?
Well, this deep dive has really got me thinking about the ripple effects of empowering women. What would happen if we applied this model not just in Nigeria, but all over the world? What kind of changes could we see? What kind of solutions could we unlock if we truly invested in the power of women?
I don't know, but I'm excited to find out. Thanks so much for joining us today. It's been a really insightful conversation.
Thanks for having me. This was a great topic to explore.